Ooh, we are live. Good morning, guys. It's Thursday. It's been a weird week, long week. We obviously did some plant shopping. We did some talking with some friends, some family, the wife, and it got me thinking. About my feelings, and of course, you guys are going to hear them. So, it's been a weird month, a lot of emotions, family, etc. I was talking to my own sisters, and they said, man, is it just me, or has everybody been feeling terrible lately? And it does sound like it's pretty consistent, but I've been feeling pretty good. I'm actively pursuing my dreams. I'm living in a subtropical, almost tropical climate again. I'm drinking more water. My skin looks good. Who's mad? But, we have to help friends and family when they're feeling down. I wish I had a selfie stick. Sorry, my wife has supported my dreams over the years. I'm a very imaginative person, very hopeful. Sorry, I'm going to go just sit down in my chair like I should. But I digress. Today's video is going to be about support, and that's kind of why I'm out here, because I have one plant left outside, and it's just kind of big, so we're going to do this. So this is a philodendron, campospartum, something pronounced like that, sitting in about 3, maybe almost 5 gallons of soil, and it's got a big trellis. A lot of these plants naturally climb up trees in the wild. They're referred to as semi-epiphytic because they do have a lot of aerial roots that they tether themselves to the tree with. Oh, hey, lizard. Or they just essentially climb. So there's a lot of different ways you can support your plants. Either with a trellis. I've seen people use PVC poles themselves. Now the plant can wrap around it, but can't really adhere those roots. So let me turn this camera back around. We'll show you a couple good examples. So there's these coir poles that are wrapped around PVC. That allows the plant to root onto that, give it something to climb. People will use just chopsticks or dowel rods in some cases. And then you have moss poles. We've heard a lot about moss poles. And the reason that we use them is, again, the plants will adhere to them. They'll grow into it. Sometimes they'll even grow out of it. All that plant got roots coming out the top. So we support our plants. Sometimes you even have to support them at a young age because they're ambitious and they're going to grow quickly and they're going to show off when they do. And you start to get little roots trying to grow into the pole. And you can zip tie it in. Got my zip ties here for just that. Monsteras absolutely love to climb. Philodendrons. Now there are climbing philodendrons like so. And then there are what they refer to as self-heading philodendrons. They typically grow with much tighter internodal space. Broader leaf span. And they just they grow upright, and they only need support later in life. And those are different from other climbers. These billies are just a little too small for poles yet, but we'll get there. Florida Beauty, gonna want a pole relatively soon. Syndapsis, pothos. A lot of your trailing philodendrons will also climb poles. There's another self-header. Sorry, I just treated for fungal just in case. I think we might have a little rust there. But you give them a pole and they'll climb. So I wanted to make the video about support because we are big on support. Back in the Quad Cities, where we were previously from, we sold a lot of corals, and we had a lot of people like and support our cause, friends, family. But at the same time, you got to support small businesses, support local businesses. McDonald's, Walmart, all the megaliths of corporate America. They don't bring you much joy. They fill a hole. They definitely have their place in society, but when you go into a local store, grocery or whatever, the people are just kinder. The prices might be a little bit higher, but you find that they have better produce, better meat. Their relationship with their vendors is better. And the same thing with nurseries. Like, I love going to Lowe's and Home Depot, but that's because they move so many plants. They're not going to spot that one variegated one in the bunch. They don't care. They're not plant people. But if you go to a nursery, if you go to a personal grower who takes pride and care in their product, you typically end up with a much better product in the end. That being said, we're getting ready to go visit a friend. I say friend, I'm going to go meet them for the first time, but they have supported the community and created a place where we can talk about plants, where we can sell plants and share plants. And at the same time, too, she allows me to share some of my content in her group, which I am very grateful for. Of course, the people in the group that watch this video would be like, it's Izzy. And yeah, friends, family, if you know her, she is an incredibly genuine person, spiritual, she's very positive, and she doesn't have time for your BS. With that being said, she makes a relatively unique product. I'd never seen it until she started advertising it. And as an alocasia fan, I saw it as a must-have. They're little Corm holders, as well as the cups. 100% humidity with the dome, self-watering wicks. It really just checks all the boxes, and as long as you're kind of sanitary with it, it makes keeping your young alocasia as stress-free and bulletproof as possible. Of course, they use fluval stratum and perlite. Check the internet, everybody swears by it. You could use pond instead if you'd like. But again, when I saw this product, I said that is a freaking game changer. So we got to get a few. We're going to go pick up a few. And then to help support her, we're going to include hopefully links to where you can purchase these. I'm not sure exactly where she vends. It could be Etsy, Palm Street, Facebook Marketplace. I know she's on TikTok. That's where a lot of her content comes from. So we're going to feature her, and support the community because the community supports us. And if we don't, eventually it's all going to be corporate conglomerates ravaging the land for profits. And if history's taught us anything, we can't let that happen. So with all that being said, we got moss poles, we got trellises, we got wooden dowels, we've got plenty more, I'm sure. Right now I have that Aurea variegata Warshawizzi. She's over here now in better light. Got to get that on a trellis. I'm actually thinking about making a trellis with a big R, and then we'll just have a bunch of stuff climb up it and just, Rahma-Terra. That being said, if you have the opportunity today to support someone, whether it be giving them a compliment when they look like they could use a compliment, you see a homeless person, you know, give them $5, because whatever they do with it, you did the right thing. If you see a loved one, you know, give them a hug. Tell them that you are entirely thankful they're in your life, because we got a lot of loved ones that aren't here with us anymore, and so you got to remember to thank the ones you can, and do right by the ones you can't. You know, chase your dreams, live your life to the fullest, because you're the main character. This isn't his show, her show, their show. I mean, this is my show, and you are tuned in, so hopefully me being the main character is okay. But in your life, you got to be the main character. And so we're going to go help encourage people to chase their dreams. We have another feature coming up. They are incredibly kind and supporting as well. They don't want to be in the limelight, but we're going to move some of their plans for them, and it's going to just be kind of like a circle of people growing their roots. But I digress. We will be back shortly to feature those Corm cup holders, or I'm not sure the trademark name, but we're going to try and get those details and make sure that we do it the most justice we can as we are featuring them. And again, links coming, because they are a game changer, and we will show you soon. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back. Hey guys, we just got back. In our previous video, we said we were talking a lot about support and supporting your communities, supporting local businesses, supporting everyone and anyone trying to chase their dreams. So while we do that, we're gonna do just that, if that makes sense. I went and met my friend Isabel Jimenez. There may be more than one on Facebook, I don't know, or Instagram. I'm currently waiting on the link to drop for these products, but this is what we were talking about. It's got some cool designs there. It's obviously a table here, and these cups go inside. You know, they've got water in the bottom for your self-watering reservoirs. And this just stops them from getting knocked over. I've got a couple cats, so if I did keep my plants inside, my cats would probably wreak havoc. And this is a nice, safe, viable option. I know she has talked about, and I know the design's in the works for like a tiered option, or even bigger sizes that can hold multiples. First viewer, what up, Chris? This is a more jumbo design. Again, self-watering. You can change the size of the cups inside, but these work better for big pups or tissue cultures. Which again, I guess this works kind of as a double video, because we're doing some unboxing and we're just kind of showing off, like I said, the product that we like and support. Again, our community supports them so much and uses them so much that my plant plug almost uses them exclusively for her plants. So I'm gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna pull all the labels out on that, but check out the haul. This is that pink nobilis tie. We are outside. This is natural light. That is the old hardened off leaf, still showing some really nice pink. This was the bigger pup out of the 3 I'm going to use air quotations and say pups because all three of these are sprouted. This is going to be the one to watch, guys. We love alocasias. We love growing them from more affordable corms. And so yeah, that's going to go up on a shelf. Got a couple more cool guys going in here once they get separated. Aslani revert. So these were albos or genetics off an albo mother. Given the right conditions, I think we can bring it back. Sorry, I got a bad habit of holding it too low. So there. I think we got some potential there. Gotta break those up before they go in the pink fancy cup. We got some Okinawa Odon. This is gonna get very large. This will probably go into one of those jumbo cups. Wonder. It's an older leaf. Probably isn't mature, but this is gonna be so hot. And again, I mean, it's a good size up. Keeps everything semi-hydro. And again, so semi-hydro, you just keep your water levels here below this cup. You don't want it, soaked. And then it wicks up and you just leave it. The plant gets too big for this. Take the lid off. Something like this is most ideal in your cabinet, your IKEA cabinets. Sorry, getting my angles wrong. But we got them for just this situation. And there you go. Silver Dragon Albo. We'll just let that one breathe for a minute while it's off. It's very wet. I don't know if that shows good. There we go. Regal Shield Aurea. Is that a root or a corm trying to come off of it already? We love Regal Shields. I think we're just going to leave the caps off and put that in a greenhouse. These are for upcoming babies. I think that's the Scalprum Aurea. No, Albo. Little guy. There we go. That's an Aslani Albo from High Genetics Mother. It's not on screen. Alright. That's where it needs to be. Alright. So yeah, cups are available from Izzy. She is the admin of my local group, The Rooted Circle. The Rooted Circle, we're based, well, she and I both live down here in Plant City, but it's kind of central Florida. There's a lot of towns, like the Quad Cities was 9 different towns that they call it the Quad. This area is kind of like that, and there are a lot of quality growers. And then, on Plant Purge USA, I see even more that I've never even heard of, but everything gets grown down here in Florida and shipped out everywhere else, it seems. So we're hopping on the train. Got some media to mix with perlite for our cups. Again, we got 2 of the jumbos and a total of 4 of the 4x2s. They hold eight cups, and I mean, these are sturdy. I've got 7, 8 cups with water, no flex, no bend, just good all around quality. Ooh, those are really wet. Okay. So I'm going to show you where to find these, and then as we get the rest of this stuff unpacked, we're going to show you how to use them. We're going to show you the tissue cultures. We're going to do some videos on that. We have many tissue cultures that are needing separated. We have tissue cultures still in a bag. We're hoping to get those basically deflasked tonight. And then we're going to be doing regular updates on all of it, because with little pups like these, every single new leaf is going to be, you know, just Instagram worthy. So we're ready for it. Stay tuned. And then, of course, I mean, once they get big enough, we will be sharing them with the world. So friends and family will be first. My friend Chris here is going to be one of my guinea pigs for shipping. I got to make sure I can ship to cold areas, ship rare plants with confidence, and once we do, there's no stopping us. Until then, though, like I said, we're going to keep working on content. I just wanted to get this so I can mash it up with the last half of the video and get that uploaded to YouTube. And then, like I said, we'll be doing the tissue culture videos either later this evening or tomorrow. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.